and thanks for being here at 5 tonight. The Village of Howard proposed a public safety referendum on last Tuesday's ballot, but that referendum lost by exactly 333 votes.
Our neighborhood reporter in Howard, Katie Shiro, spoke with the village about what's next.
The Village of Howard had been advocating for months for a public safety referendum that would mean an increase in taxes, but also an increase in firefighters and a decrease in EMS response wait times. But that referendum didn't pass.
We were disappointed because it really would have set us up long-term to be able to increase both public safety, police and fire.
The Village of Howard Administrator Paul Everett said the referendum would have added a second full-time patrol car and 7 full-time firefighter and paramedic positions. He said the need for the referendum comes from the village's growing population. As of now, Howard Fire Rescue is almost 26% understaffed, and emergency medical response times in the village can exceed 20 minutes. Everett said he thinks the referendum lost since the village saw a tax increase last year and of the current inflation.
If you can control one thing with a vote, maybe that's how you make your decision that you don't want to see your property taxes go up an additional amount.
Everett said homeowners would have had to pay $33 extra for every $100,000 of their home's value. And Howard isn't the only village facing these shortages. Alan DeYoung with the Wisconsin Emergency Medical Services Association said it's a statewide problem that's only getting worse.
We know of at least 30 communities where calls went completely unanswered, meaning nobody showed up at all.
DeYoung said the problem comes from a lack in volunteer interest as well as funding. He said EMS services are also considered non-essential in the state, so they don't receive the same funding as essential services. He said a referendum like Howard's wouldn't work for smaller and rural areas that don't have a big enough tax base.
We need funds in the state budget to be able to properly fund EMS kind of for the first time.
Everett said the village is now hoping to rely on funding from the state, and they still plan to add 4 full-time paramedic firefighters with rescue service income generated. In Howard, Katie Shiro, NBC 26.